Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the CFC Q&A. I can't be bothered going through that whole 1 minute intro where I explain how the series works, but you know how it works by now. If you don't, go back and watch previous episodes. I've left it quite late today to make this. It's 8:25. I just kind of want to sleep. I'm knackered. I just want to get this done and out the way. I know that's not very positive of me and it's not the best, sort of motivation for the channel, for my own channel, which all you people fucking subscribe to watch, but I am absolutely twatted. I cannot be bothered. So, I'm going to just go through as quickly as possible. Thank you for submitting questions this week. After you have, we're going to go and answer them in a minute. Go and follow the @CFCQA118 Twitter to get involved with future episodes. As I said, if you've watched previous ones, you know how it works. Been a difficult week for Celtic. Once again, coming back from the international break. Disappointing result against St Mirren. I'm sure that'll come up at some point throughout this video. It wasn't a great performance, it wasn't a great game altogether, and it was really a letdown after, going and beating Rangers, so, a couple of weeks ago right before the break, so it was disappointing. I mean, we were quite convincing against Rangers, obviously it was only a 1-0 scoreline, but we were all over them, we controlled the game, we dominated, we looked like a very strong side, then we go to St Mirren and we do that, but, I mean, St Mirren, new manager, wanted to get off to a good start. It was never going to be an easy game, but no excuses. We should be taking 3 points against these sort of teams, and we never. So, let down there. But, as I said, we'll get right into the questions, I suppose, for this week's episode of the CFC Q&A. Right then, first question of the episode comes from Sean Farron, who says, what has happened to our attack? 5 goals in 5 league games. It's not acceptable. What has caused this? Now, I just want to say quickly, that is not how you spell acceptable. Hopefully you just change that for the future, Sean. Thank you for the question. Anyway, now we're going to address that, haven't we? 5 goals in 5 games isn't a great record. We're averaging a goal a game. We didn't score against Hearts. We scored 1 out of Rangers. We didn't score into St Mirren. It's not been a great start for the attack, and I feel like one of the main problems is Brendan Rodgers still hasn't got down to selecting or even getting close to finding out what he wants to be his selection for the main striker. We have had difficulty with Dembele leaving, we've had difficulty with Edouard being injured, and Griffiths is always kind of floating in and out of fitness as well. He's never fully fit, and I think they are one of the main reasons for us struggling to find goals so far this season. The fact we've still not got our main striker picked, and ultimately we might not even have enough strikers at the club. So, I mean, ultimately we should be trying to score more with the fitness that we do have. Like, Griffiths should be scoring more in games against, like, St Mirren and such. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I still think we need to get fully fit strikers and get a wee bit of confidence into their game, and then we'll start scoring more goals. I know we can also get goals through other outlets. We've got wingers, we've got central attacking midfielders. We just need to be more direct. We need to, stop the kind of passing side-to-side behaviour. Go forward, create chances, and make the most of the chances, because we know we're good enough to score the chances. We are better than the vast majority of opposition in the league, so we're more than capable of scoring goals. We just need to be more direct, in my opinion, and get a striker to hit some form, and then we'll start scoring more goals. I don't think we're going to sit through a season of 1 goal a game. I wouldn't worry about that. I imagine we will pick it up. I imagine we will start scoring more than 1 goal a game, but we've got to give it time. We've got to hopefully get our act together as soon as possible. Odds on Edouard fan page says, should Bain be given more chances? I think a lot of people will want to see Scott Bain get more chances in a Celtic shirt. I think a lot of people will, after this, sort of spell in the team when we first got him in on loan, they played against Rangers at Ibrox, they played a few other games while Gordon was out injured. A lot of people kind of took to him, and I think a lot of people even started getting the opinion of that he's better than Gordon, and some people may keep that opinion and share that opinion. They may feel that. I ultimately feel that Craig Gordon is still the best goalkeeper at the club. A lot of people, I think, are getting on his back for goals that we are conceding recently, when at the end of the day, the back line in front of him is one of the biggest problems that Celtic have had to face over the last few years. I'm hoping that Benkovic is going to come in and do a job to improve that, but the back line still isn't nice. It's not good, and Craig Gordon's got to deal with a lot in front of him. And for having that in front of him, I still feel he's a fantastic shot stopper, and I reiterate that time and time again on this channel. Between the sticks, I think you'll struggle to find many better that would be at Celtic. So I'm not too fussed if Gordon or Bain was to be the starting keeper. I think both are great. Right now, maybe this season I'd give Gordon his chances, give him his part to play. But from time to time, why don't we give Bain a chance? Maybe he does deserve it. He's sitting there waiting patiently. He's a good backup keeper to have, though, better than Doris de Vries, if you ask me. So we shouldn't be too concerned. Bain signed up to Celtic knowing fine well that he was going to be number 2 behind Gordon, and if he signed up happy to be that number 2, then we don't need to worry about him, you know, throwing a tizzy or anything like that, because it's what he expects. Pez Celtic says, did Scott Allan get a fair chance with Celtic, and do you rate him? Now, first off, I'll answer the second part. Do I rate him? No, I don't. I don't think he's a Celtic quality player. He's one of those players who I hold the opinion and say Ryan Christie and saying he's amazing, he's cracking, whatever, for teams like Aberdeen, for teams like Hibs. But for Celtic, they're just not good enough. They're not going to cut it at that top level that we need them in. They're not going to be great for the Champions League games. We need to go an extra step, and they're not those players. They're not the extra step players that we need. And I think Scott Allan is one of those players who's just good enough for other teams in the league and will do a job there. And I'm not denying he would probably do a job for Celtic. He'd probably be a solid enough player if given the consistent opportunities at Celtic. But he's not going to get those consistent opportunities, which means he's never going to offer anything to us on a bigger stage. Nah, I don't rate him. I don't. Even when he has played, I didn't think he looked great for Celtic's level. When he plays for Hibs, plays for Dundee, he looks a good wee player. I think he fits there. That's his level. Let him go there. Let him loan him out. Let him sell him, one of the two, and let him play there. Maybe he's not been given enough of a chance at Celtic. Maybe that is the problem. Maybe he deserves more of a chance, and if we give him more of a chance, maybe he will improve into a better player. But when we've got players like Olivier and Chams, Scott Brown, Callum McGregor, Tom Rogic, all in the team, where does Scott Allan come in to get a consistent place to improve there? Nowhere. So chances is hard to get. I feel like he has been hard done by a little bit. It's just the fact that we've had so much quality in that area of the park, he's not had a chance. Fiona asks a bit of a weird question, because it makes me feel kind of bad. She says, can I ask why you always say lads in your videos? Are girls not allowed to follow football? Other than that, I really like your stuff, and I've followed you for about a year. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Fiona. No, of course fucking lassies are allowed to come and watch the channel, and I imagine there is some. I've got pals who watch football that are lassies. And so I'm not saying it's no for fucking lassies, it's just the main demographic of my channel, I think when I looked up the stat, was 96% male. I'm just used to, when it comes to football, I'm used to being the most of a conversation with the male demographic. So I'm just used to it. It's just what I say. I include everybody. I'm no sexist. Lassies are allowed to like football. So thank you for the nice comments, Fiona. Thank you. Favourite European Celtic game that I have been to? Asked by Celtic Craig 1888. I've been to a couple of good ones. Atmosphere wise, there's been some crackers. The Shakhtar Karagandhi game we won 3-0 was fantastic. I even enjoyed the Bayern Munich game last season, that was good. My first ever one, Villarreal, was a good game. The best I've ever been to though has been Manchester City, the 3-0 game. I know it wasn't a win, but the fact, the kind of expectation going into that game from the English press of Pep Guardiola playing, Celtic are going to destroy them, and then we went out, took the lead 3 times, my hero Dembele getting 2 goals. It was a fantastic game. It was a very entertaining game, and we really did show Man City that night that, you know, we can hold our own against these sides. We are just we're not as bad as what the media want to fucking make out that we are in Scottish football. We're just, you know, we managed to hold it off, and we managed to perform very well, and I was very proud of the team that night. And the atmosphere was also incredible. So for me, it has to be the Man City Celtic 3-0 game. James McLean. James McLean. It's not the one that plays fucking Stoke, by the way. He says, if Celtic were to sell Sinclair, would you bring in a replacement or stick to Mikey Johnson, McGregor, Morgan, etc.? I think if Sinclair was to leave, which I don't see him leaving anytime soon, if he was to though, because he's not been as great as what he was in that first season, but if he was to leave, I think we have to explore the option of a replacement, because at the end of the day, the wingers, the attacking positions who make big impacts in bigger games are very important. Callum McGregor's naturally a central attacking midfielder. Mikey Johnson, Lewis Morgan, still young in development. I'd love to see both of them get their fair share of chances, because I want to see both of them do well, and I'm a fan of the two of them, Lewis Morgan and Mikey Johnson. So part of me wants to see that, but when it comes to European games, the big impact is how we play in the wings. We rely on the wings a lot. We need players who are going to be able to take the game to the opposition side. So I think we need to look at investments. We'd have to look at options that we could buy into, and someone with a little bit of experience like Sinclair when he first came in, someone that maybe a bit older but still has the pace to them, has the skill, the ability to cause problems for the majority of defenders that we come up against. That's what I'd like to see. Final question for this episode then, and as I always say every week, if you want me to desperately answer a question that you have left and I didn't answer in this video, feel free to keep sending it in every week, and eventually I will probably get round to it. But keep sending your questions in as normal every week when you see the tweet on Twitter. But the final question is, I forgot the fucking Twitter handle now, but the question was, sorry if it is your question, is Griffiths or Edouard, who should it be? Who should we put first? It's a difficult question to answer because I think a lot of people, I think it's really split in opinions. My opinion is quite straightforward, and I don't like to come on the channel. I feel like I always present myself as someone who hates Lee Griffiths. I do not for a second hate Lee Griffiths. I love Lee Griffiths. I think he's a fantastic goal scorer. I think he's a brilliant threat up front. He just struggles sometimes to get himself into the rhythm, and sometimes he doesn't focus on the occasion. He focuses on kind of, you know, being Lee Griffiths rather than what's the you know, the kind of matter at hand. I think a lot of people would get what I'm saying when I say that. I think he's a phenomenal player though. I think he's a great goal scorer when he plays his best. He's one of the best strikers in the country. But we have just spent £9 million on odds on Edouard. We need to start him. We need to make him the #1 striker at the club. £9 million is big money for Celtic, and by spending that, that is making a statement. That's making a statement that this man is our club at the minute. He is, like, well, not our club, but you know, he is one of the players who's going to help carry us forward, take us to the next level. If we're installing that much faith in one man, spending so much money, we need to start him, and it just makes sense to me. I mean, we can't spend £9 million for somebody to sit on the bench. It would be ridiculous. It's the most we've ever spent on a player. We need to be reasonable and play him his fair share of games. So, for me, Edouard is ahead of Griffiths in the pecking order, but both are class strikers. Don't take it away from them. I like the both of them. I would love to see both of them play if possible, but obviously depth isn't great now with Dembele leaving. If only Dembele was still here. Sad times. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to hit like and subscribe. You know what to do to get involved in future episodes. Let me know your opinions, to my opinions as well, in the comments below. And as I said, like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? See y'all next time.